Oh, welcome back, everybody. This is Breakfast with Bob, Boston Marathon Edition. We are presented and hosted by Highlands, Stop Your Cramp, Not Your Race, and by Polar, Chase Your Destiny. My guests, John and Lizzie Brenkus. John, the host of ESPN Sports Science and Brink of Midnight, and Lizzie Brenkus, the mastermind behind Brink of Midnight, and is running for the second time the Boston Marathon. How you guys doing?
We're doing awesome. Awesome. Lizzie's especially doing well. She's running on Monday for the second time. She's going to kill it as always.
As well, you should. So, this is the second time. What was great about the first time that brought you back?
First time, I mean, it's Boston.
Right.
It's amazing. It was 8 years ago. It's also my marathon PR at Boston.
What'd you run?
So I ran a 3:12.
Wow.
She ran a 3:12, and she kind of had a little bit of a medical issue while she did it.
You know, you never can. If you stop, it's over. You just got to keep going.
Gotta go.
Got to power
Always
through.
gotta go.
Always
right?
got to go.
So, take me back, the genesis of sports science. How did that all start?
So sports science started in 2006-07. We started on Fox Sports. You know, we ran 26 episodes, won 3 Emmys, and then.
And what was the premise behind it?
The premise behind it is literally examining the world's greatest athletes and finding out how they do what they do. Like, what's the difference between good and great? So we've had thousands of the world's greatest athletes in the lab. Now, what's exciting is we're starting a new chapter, creating a property called Soul in Science.
Okay.
Just made a deal with NFL Network, brought in all the best quarterbacks going into the draft here, teamed up with Trent Dilfer. And it starts on April 18th.
And what will you do with these guys?
So we're putting them in a similar fashion, putting them through all kinds of tests to test their release time, their pocket mobility, touch on the ball, accuracy. But we're also looking into the character of the person. So the thing that was always missing in terms of the analysis that I'd done in the past was really looking at the character, their leadership, their ability to stay calm,
right.
Their focus. So that's sort of the soul aspect of our analysis, and you also add on the science aspect, and then you think you have a more complete picture.
Were these guys hesitant at all to do this? They
Absolutely
loved it.
not.
Would that surprise you?
No, because we've had the tremendous good fortune that once you get Hall of Fame athletes in the lab, and once you get, we did 1,800 segments and won 6 Emmys.
You've done 1,800 segments?
Yeah, that's how many of sports science we did. So just, the relationships that we have, and obviously the relationships that Trent has, when we tell them, hey, we're going to make you look good. We're going to, put you under the microscope and emphasize the positive from not only your character, but also your athletic ability. Right. It's a sell that athletes really, jump at the opportunity to do.
So, Lizzie, Brink of Midnight is really your baby, and he's sort of you're the guy with the microphone.
He makes it
He
look good.
makes, yeah. But the genesis of that, why did you feel? Because with everything you're doing, TV-wise,
right.
This is a podcast, it's a different game.
It's a podcast, it's a different game, and the genesis of Brink of Midnight was simply to put really great news and great stories out into the world. Much of what you do is bring those wonderful stories to life, and we really believe that everybody has it within them to be on a path of self-transformation.
Right.
And those stories are incredible. And the people that you see up on a pedestal, doesn't matter what spectrum you're looking at, what sector, or whether it's sports or business or athletics, we all have that ability. And so it's kind of a way to inspire other people to make change in their life.
And you came by the Challenge Athletes Foundation building.
We sure did.
You guys interviewed the amazing Scout Bassett.
And the amazing Bob Babbitt.
Scout's pretty special. And so I know Scout has become like a family friend, right?
She has.
What impressed you about her?
I mean, I don't know about you, but Scout has the most amount of grace, probably of anybody I've ever met. With what she's been through, she could easily say, oh, I have this chip on my shoulder, but she doesn't. She just goes out and does the best that she can every single day, pulling us all along into her journey. She's incredibly inclusive, brings everybody along for the ride. She's amazing.
She's the biggest make no excuses person I've ever met in my life. She's just so inspirational, not only as an athlete, but as a human being.
Right.
When you think about the journey that she had to go through, just to wind up where she is now. I mean, it wasn't like it was a smoothly paved road.
No, born in losing her leg in a chemical fire before she was a year old, abandoned in a Chinese orphanage, adopted at the age of 7, never being outside for the first 7 years of her life, and then winning spelling bees in English within the first year and a half of being in the States.
Unbelievable.
In the state of Michigan, she was living in a town where she wasn't just the only above-knee amputee in the city, but she was the only Asian in the city.
Right. She was a double minority.
Totally. Full ride academic scholarship to UCLA, becomes a triathlete, goes back to Beijing and wins a bronze medal. First time back to China since she's adopted. And now she's sponsored athlete from Nike, and
she's killing
probably
it.
one of the fittest people on the planet.
Right.
Absolutely.
She's amazing.
One of my favorite quotes from her is, "The world will not be changed by your opinion, the world will be changed by your action." And she lives that every day.
That's so cool. So for you, and like you said, the reason behind Brink of Midnight was we need more positive stories. We need good things happening.
Yep.
What are some of the other stories that have moved you?
God, there's so many. What's interesting is how people think that great athletes or people who are successful in any field just wake up, roll out of bed, and are just good at it.
Right.
A vast majority of the people that we have interviewed never even graduated college. You know, they went to high school, they didn't go to college, they somehow caught a break somewhere where they just were, just trying to be incredibly persistent. If you think about the stories, right, you just check out episodes in particular from Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes.
We just had, an amazing episode from Mike Gervais. Incredible elite sports psychologist.
This week we had Tatiana McFadden, who's racing here at Boston as well.
Amazing backstory.
Another incredible story.
Yeah, another amazing story like Scout Bassett, right? Where her life could have turned out very differently had it not been for this one twist of fate. And that's really what we're looking for in Brink of Midnight.
That moment.
The moment.
That one moment where this thing happened, and then from that point forward, nothing was ever the same.
So when will this new show air?
It's going to start April 18th on NFL Network.
God. We're talking next week.
Next week.
Right.
So it's already filmed. Who's the first?
It's already filmed.
Surprise?
We have Sam Darnold. We have Josh Allen. We have Josh Rosen. We did analysis on all the top quarterbacks.
So now people can watch and make their own decision on who I would draft first.
Absolutely. You can watch. It'll be integrated into the NFL programming of Total Access and Good Morning Football and the entire NFL Network platform. So it's a pretty exciting way to come out of the gate.
What I love is what you guys bring to the table. You guys are just so enthusiastic, so much fun. And first meeting you in 2007 at Ironman, when you decided, that's what I love. This is, Macca is winning the Ironman. You're doing a piece on him. Oh, I'll just jump in and do the Ironman.
Right. And I had the same gear. I had the same wetsuit. I had the same bike. But I don't know why.
Why you weren't the same as the guy who'd been
quite the same athletic
for 20 years.
ability.
I think he doubled my time. I think it was pretty darn close.
I think you listened to him winning in T2.
Right. Yeah. He cut my time in half. I doubled his. It was pretty nutty. When I got off the bike, I'll never forget. I heard, and your Ironman winner, Chris McCormick.
And you were you're
staggering, bent over, just starting the run. I'm like, wow.
That is so cool. Well, congrats on the new show.
Thank you.
April 18th.
April 18th. Everybody can check it out. Fox. Also at soulandscience.com. Yeah, you can check it out at NFL Network. And you can also check it out at soulandscience.com. It's a lot of exciting things ahead.
Perfect. Lizzie and John, thank you so much.
Thanks, Bob. Always great to see you.
Always a pleasure again. Breakfast with Bob, Boston Marathon Edition, presented and hosted by Highland, Stop Your Cramp, Not Your Race, and by Polar, Chase Your Destiny. Hold on, everybody. We will be right back.